So this is kind of mental as a scenario. So it seems like a Dallas Wings reporter has just quit because they got threatened by an AZ Foot Stan tweet. And you know what? Like, it's not, you don't sign up for it. You don't sign up for it. And it's something that is not right in any way. And at least, thankfully, they're not blaming Fever fans on this, but I wouldn't be surprised if somehow they find a way to blame Fever fans on what just happened. So basically, can I find a tweet here? Yeah. The totally normal stuff going on. Basically, they got a threat. They got insulted and then said that they were going to find him and their family and murder them. Which obviously is completely unhinged. If you've been anything on social media over the last, if you are anything on social media realistically, as in if you are have any sort of prominence on social media and you call out any big player, whether that's Angel, Caitlin, Paige, AZ, player with a fan base, it's going to be the same thing as tweeting out that Taylor Swift, as having any sort of an audience and tweeting out that Taylor Swift sucks. The Swifties are going to be crazy. And like this person said here, I've covered plenty star athletes. The only instances happened. So there's your answer. I guarantee you the person's unhinged troll using AZ in a profile picture to make her fan base look crazy, but it's not a real AZ fan. Should file the police report. The person needs no action of consequence. I agree with that. But no, it's stand-up. It's online stand-up. And these are nearly always baseless threats. With that being said, like, it's not like the way I would react to something like this happening is different, but I'm also not this person. And when somebody's threatening you and your family, even if it is baseless, you can react whatever way you want. And then someone said, did he confirm he left the beat? Yes, he confirmed it to me. He's no longer covering Dallas Wings due to these ongoing issues. So, like, the Dallas Wings have lost one of their beat writers because Twitter threats. And it's obviously not right. But the problem is now is that there is a bigger problem. First of all, the main problem is that there are idiots online who know if they can hide behind a player, they can hide behind a fan base, and there's no consequences to their actions. That is a huge problem. And that is obviously the biggest problem. But another problem is that, like, look, we all know whenever a media member comes out talking about how, or when they'll come out and shit on Caitlin Clark, and then they'll get abuse, and then they'll post that abuse, and it's a cycle. It's a cycle. But we got to be honest. There's no need for the media to cover this. And I hope the media doesn't cover this. We know if this was the case with Chloe Peterson or Tony East, if any of them say they quit because of fans, the media would be writing articles. Like Scott Agnes hinted that there were bad Fever. Hinted that the fans were bad, and it was a gotcha moment. And that's one of the big things is that, like, when you're in this industry, it shouldn't, but I shouldn't have to say this. It shouldn't be the case, but it's mad saying this. And this is another reason why this is all just nonsense. Why everything in this WNBA circle is just so far beyond normal. And it's that death threats come with the territory. And I hate, that should not be the case. That should not be the case, genuinely. If you are a person covering this league in any way, whether you're biased, whether you're not, whether you take the higher road on all drama, or like me and we'll talk about anything. Ask me, like, if you ask me to talk for an hour in depth, unfortunately, the drama gets more views than the game. If a company wants to set up a WNBA show and wants me to talk an hour a day about every single WNBA game, and it's not going to affect my salary directly, views, I will do that because I watch so much of this damn league. That being said, it's now one of these things where you have people obviously came into this league as beat reporters not expecting this, and that is the problem with this, is that it's not one toxic fan base. It's individual K-pop standom. And that is what it is. And it's wrong. Like, obviously we have to put that out there. Like, all of this is wrong. And with this all being wrong, it's one of these things where, like, it's here now. You have to, I hate saying this, but it's like, if you want to cover this league, you have to deal with the threats. And, like, it sounds crazy, but that's how far off the rails the WNBA has gone. They have not done a good enough job of keeping sports fans here. They have not done a good enough job of making people care about the sports. They haven't. And now, nobody gives a damn that Kayla McBride had 43 points. Like, on the same day, or was it the day after? One day after, sorry. That's even worse. A day after Sophie Cunningham gets hit by Dejanay, which was Saturday, they are still talking about Sophie Cunningham and Dejanay, and Kayla McBride breaking the all-time 3-point record has not been spoken about again. Like, that just kind of sums it all up, doesn't it? But for Grant, I really do hope it's a baseless threat. I think it probably is. I hope it is. The likelihood of it being that is quite high, but hopefully he's okay. And hopefully he's dealing with it okay, and again, hopefully stepping away from the Dallas Wings improves his quality of life, because let's be real, there's going to be a time when I step away from this and move on to a different area of covering content, because if he was just covering basketball, I'd do this forever. I would do this forever. But like, no matter what anyone says, it does kind of take it out of you. But like, hopefully his career continues to prosper. But anyway, that's the video. The fact that, like, if anyone thinks that this is a knock on him, it's not. Like, the WNBA is so crazy that by actively making content or being in the media, the expectation is death threats. Like, for me, that just, again, shows how bad a state this league is in. But anyway, I'll see you guys.